I fed up.
Boy, I hungry.
Wait, consider.
Take advantage of Perky's Pizza's college student discount. Spend $10 to $50 and get 10% off, or spend $51 and up for a 15% discount. Flash your ID and save big today.
I fed up.
Boy, I hungry.
Wait, consider.
Take advantage of Perky's Pizza's college student discount. Spend $10 to $50 and get 10% off, or spend $51 and up for a 15% discount. Flash your ID and save big today.
Good night, good night, good night, good evening, welcome to the show. Welcome back to another show. Good evening. It is, what is today? I feel like I'm all the days have become, it's Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, March the 10th, and we're getting ready for a new show. It's good to have you join me. If you're just logging on, share the live, share the live, share the live. The bell has rung. We're getting ready to start off another show. It's good to be back on here with you. Tonight we have Daddy Chess. Let me tell you, and we asking all questions you have to ask tonight. You see down there, he laughing. We asking all questions. We have our 2026 Calypso King. Some may say it's a controversial Calypso King. Some will say it's a 3-time Calypso, a triple Calypso King, because he was king of the tent, king of road match, and also the monarch. So at the Calypso finals, and he's here. We're gonna talk about his win. I feel like we took a little bit too long before we could bring Daddy Chess back on, because if you followed Run the Track, the Carnival edition, he was one of the first guests we had on. That was with Miguel and myself. And I guess probably it was a sign, me having him on my show kind of made him win. I don't know. Probably I'm responsible. I don't know. I just want to take some credit. What the hell? But we got him, on the show here with us tonight, and we're going to be talking a little bit about his road to him getting the crown. We're going to talk about his music. We're going to talk about, the last time Daddy Chess is no stranger to Calypso and the Calypso arena. He's actually won Calypso King title before, right? So nearly 20 years later, capturing the crown again. That is, firstly, I consider that so amazing in the fact that it speaks to him remaining in the game for all of these years and coming back with a comeback, like he was ready to like destroy. We're gonna talk about, what keeps him in the game. Why he stays in the game? What about Calypso keeps him focused on remaining in the game? And we're going to talk about the song that he wrote this year. We're going to talk about the controversy around the crown. Obviously, there's a saying that the judge's decision is final, but when the judge's decision is final, but the judges are talking, then we still have to keep talking, right? We're going to keep talking. So I don't want to waste any more time, but before I do that, I just want to acknowledge my sponsors on board with me here for, again, a wonderful night. The National Cooperative Credit Union, Best Price, Fresh Market Cash and Carry, and Perky's Pizza on board with us. Today is Wednesday. Well, today's Tuesday, so pizza day is Friday. That's pizza day for my kids is Friday. I want to say thank you to all my sponsors for coming on board, for continuing to support this. And if you'd like to be part of this, you can hop on board. I also want to mention that I've just launched a new series. I've been recording this for so long. I was just waiting for the right time to actually put it out. So it's a new series that comes on my platform. What you have there now? Those of you who've been following, I've been featuring businesses for a few years, and it's always very random. It's always very at the spur of the moment, and it could still have that element to it, but it gives an opportunity to small businesses to showcase their business, their products, and whatnot. All right. So look out for that. It's available on all platforms that I'm on. So look out for that. I think the first one launched, that was with our CMOS farmer out in Tukari. So big up to Brenton Mason. I can't believe I recorded this since last year, September it was, or was it August? It might have been August or September was when I actually recorded this. I mean, talk about like holding on to content. I'm a content hoarder. I record stuff and I'm always like, I need to use this in the future. I'll use it sometime. And it just happened when it happens, right? And I want to say thank you to everyone who will continue to reach out in advance. If you'd like to be featured, just let us know. Hit us up. 265 or step area code 767-265-3699. All right, let's bring on Daddy Chess. Before we do that, I see few folks coming on. Good evening to you. Hi, Miranda. Let us know where you're tuned in from, where you're connected to us from, where you're hailing from, what country you're in. Would love to be able to interact with you. We want to thank you in advance for your support. I also want to encourage you, if you've not subscribed to my channels, please do so. You can also subscribe to my Facebook as well as my YouTube. There is a subscribe button, right? So you can subscribe on those channels. So you can turn on the notifications, especially on YouTube, so you get notified when I go live. Who's ready for Daddy Chess? Because I know I am. I'm ready for Daddy Chess. I'm ready for the tea. I hope he's ready for the tea. Without further ado, I want to welcome back on Run the Track and Talk, because I swear we saw him. Texas is locked in. Big up to you, Simone from Texas. Thank you for joining us. Without further ado, let's welcome our current 2026, when I say our, the Commonwealth of Dominica's 2026 Calypso King, Daddy Chess. Good evening, Daddy Chess.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Can you hear me?
I can hear you quite loud and clear.
Nice.
And the other folks can hear you as well. Welcome back to the show.
Yeah, man. Nice being back, man. Thanks for having me.
I have something to do with that, because you remember that day, was it semifinals or quarterfinals, right? It was quarterfinals.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, you came in. It was you and Shelly for
Yeah.
quarterfinals. And let me tell you, I invited all of the Calypsonians to the show. You were the only Calypsonian that showed up.
Really?
For the entire season, you were the only Calypsonian who showed up to the show. And we reached out to multiple Calypsonians. We spoke to them, we invited them on, we told them to come on, and you were the only one that showed up.
Well, and it paid off.
Well, it certainly paid off. It certainly paid off. Because I remember when we decided to change the format of the show, where I had a DJ live in studio with me, which was big up to Dr. Miguel Labadie. I
Yeah.
said to my team, I'm like, I don't want this to be a bouillon show. I need to bring in the Calypsonians as well. I really want to continue because I've been doing Calypso shows for years from my days at Q95, and I just felt it was super important for me to continue to feature Calypsonians on my show, regardless of where I'm at.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
try my best to stay connected to the Calypso. I even did my little piece at Stardom Tent for the celebrity, Stardom Tent, so the celebrity night. And I didn't think honestly, I remember going to this and I didn't think it was that big of a deal until I was on stage and I was like, it is that big of a deal. Like people don't play. But
It's always good fun, man.
you've been doing this for years, Daddy Chess.
Yes. Yeah.
How long ago have you been? How long ago was it the first time you got on stage to perform Calypso? You recall that?
Year 2000.
2000.
Yeah.
So 26 years.
Yes. And 6 years before that, I was drumming for the season.
Wow, 26 years in the business. That is crazy. That is crazy. Why do you continue to do Calypso? I mean, that's just you don't look that old, eh? So why do
I'm
you
not.
continue?
I'm-
Because you said 26 years, you're like, okay. Why you continue to do Calypso? What about Calypso that keeps you coming
Um,
back every year?
well, I mean, I have left and come back quite a few times, so it was not a full 26 years in the business. I have left for several reasons and came back. I mean, I love the stage, and when I'm not on, I just feel strange being in the audience.
Really?
I feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be. So I
Really?
some people always and people always come to me and beg me to come back and so on. So, but my funny though, my real reason for coming back was actually because my eldest daughter had not seen me compete before.
Really?
Yeah, so I came back so she could see that.
And you came back with a bang. She said that you win. So there were a lot of factors playing into why you went so hard. Or I mean, not that you've not gone hard, previous years. I feel like you've always come up with really good songs. It's just somebody else probably has a better song or
Yeah.
even out a better performance. So it's never been like whenever you are there that there's something missing. But when you won, what year was it when you won? And I remember it was with Forward We Go, right? Was that
I,
the song?
I should have won that year.
Really? I don't know why is that song that's on my mind.
Well, it has been my most popular song, so a lot of people think I won with that song.
Tell me about the first time you won.
Yeah, that was in 2001. That was with Your Destiny Depends on You, and somebody had to pay.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Somebody have to pay for that, right? That was
That's
yes.
right. That's right.
Oh my God. That was like after 1 year of competing, you won.
Yeah, that's right.
So 25 years ago was when you had the crown last.
Yes, indeed.
Don't you think that's a long time to have to wait for a crown?
It's a long time, but I mean, I got other crowns in between.
Yes, yes,
Like when we had Soca Monarch, I won 3 times.
yes.
So a lot of people, because I won Soca Monarch 3 times and I paraded for Carnival those 3 times, a lot of people think I have more Calypso crowns, but I have
Mm.
more Soca Monarch crowns.
Wow, that is crazy. Congratulations to you, by the way, for capturing not only Calypso Monarch, but Stardom 10th Monarch and Road Match for the
Yeah.
season. How does it feel to complete such a clean sweep in 2026?
It feels good. I mean, there was not exactly the intention in the beginning, but I mean, somewhere along the way, I realized that it would have been possible, and I saw it. I saw the writing on the wall, so I went hard for it.
All right, on the wall. We tell me what I'm writing on the wall. It sounds
No,
like so.
I mean, sometimes you can just feel the vibe. You can just feel the vibe. You can feel the shift.
What does that feel like?
It feels good. I mean, you just see everything's very clear in front of you, and you just take advantage of it.
When you entered this season, though, did you envision that you'd win all three titles?
No, not even one. Not even one. It was just to normal competing. It was not to. I had nothing on my mind in terms of winning anything. And it was only the quarterfinals when I started to hear the buzz and the way people were talking. I'm like, okay, I didn't expect the song to do that much damage, but it did. So I mean, sometime after quarterfinals, that's when I realized, okay, there's something there. And I know my second song needed to be top notch. So that's what I started concentrating on from after quarterfinals.
What was different about your approach this year compared to past seasons?
In the beginning, it was not so much. It was not about competing really. I would say after quarterfinals. I mean, I had motivation. I mean, I had motivation. So
I want to know
sometimes,
what the motivation. You cannot tell me. You cannot use such words and don't. What was the motivation?
I mean, different things motivate you when you're in competition. I mean, every
Tell
year
me.
is different. Every
Mhm.
year is different. I'll be honest with you.
You
Um,
say you have a motivation and you cheese in like you blush. I'm motivation. like, like it's not, and you say different things motivate you. It's not a shot of rum. It's not, what was the motivation?
I mean, a lot of people don't know. There are many stories in that song. There are many stories.
Okay.
There are a lot of things in there that people don't realize. Like you see, 25 years we're talking about there
Yes.
of not competing. Um, the in the fourth verse where I put you want it bad, 25 years and counting. I'm talking about me.
Mhm,
It's talking about the workers as well,
mhm,
but I put that line there as a motivation for me to continue
mhm.
to work hard until the end of the season.
And there was like there's so much meaning, like
And
your.
yeah, and I'm the only, I told absolutely no one that. I was the only person who knew that. I mean, everybody listened to the song, just all they heard was 25 years for United Workers Party, you know? But I actually put that line there for myself. So it had a double meaning. And
Mm.
there's several areas of the song that has double meaning that no one knows about. And I put them there for specific reasons.
Tell me another part of the song that have a double.
Okay, let me see. Let me get another line. In the first verse,
Mhm.
where you talk about the workplace, where you talk about the workplace and your boss pushing you like a
Yeah.
wheelbarrow.
Well, yes.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with the workplace. Absolutely nothing to do with the workplace. There's a story behind that
What is this?
that nobody knows about.
Yes.
I put that there for me. I put that there for me for as motivation to just keep on striving for that specific season.
Wow.
So there are a lot of little double meanings in there. Just to so when I sing those lines, the passion is different. My head is in a different space.
Yeah.
So I'm
It's,
singing.
relatable.
I'm, so I'm
Relate.
singing. I'm singing one thing, which is the lyrics that people know, but there's a story behind it in my head.
But you're feeling something different, in
Yes.
that moment.
I mean, some people know the story, but most people don't. And the people that know the story don't even know that's why I put that there.
Wow. I feel like I know little parts of the story.
Do you think so?
Little parts, just little parts here and there.
Okay.
Obviously, the song that you're referring to is Roof Leaking, and
Yes.
that actually captured 101 plays on the road to win a road match.
Yeah.
Um, what inspired the song? I mean, you talk about the lines that you put in there for yourself, the lines that you put to motivate you that would help you capture the crown. But what really inspired the song?
Okay, that song was first written in 2023 by Peter later, right? It was a very political song. And the way it was structured, I told him I can't sing that. Daddy just can't sing that. So I decided to switch it up, turn it around, and that it was supposed to be my second song last year. Yeah, so after quarterfinals last year, I was actually working on that song. And I had completed it to compete. I did not use it anymore, and I put it aside, and I had no intentions of competing this year. As a matter of fact, I was even talking to my brother and telling him, boy, maybe I got a little lazy, maybe I lost a step or two. And if that is the case, I think it might be time to hang up the boots.
Mhm.
So all year I did not have an intention of competing. And then Peter got a little wind of that, and Peter, I remember on several occasions, Peter would start to make noise. Boy, just have a crunk song, sit down there, you don't use it. so, so even in November, Peter asked me if I'm using this song. I told him yes, and I actually lied because I was not going to use it. But I didn't want him to take it and give it to somebody else. So in December, sometime maybe about the 10th or 15th of December, about there, I made up my mind to do it, and I scrapped the entire song and started all over again from scratch.
Wow. So you kind of reworked it to suit
Yeah,
relevant.
yeah. So the song was written 3 times.
Wow.
There are about 10 verses that people don't know of that song.
That is crazy.
As a matter of fact, and there's a little joke because there's a hard verse on Calypso, and
You want to give us a little piece of the verse?
to be honest, I can't remember it because it was written since last carnival, and I was going to use it, but no, well, Peter ended up on the executive, so I didn't want to hit him that bad. I didn't want to hit him that hard. So I left it out, and then now there is a verse on the judges. There's a fifth verse on the judges that I intended to use in the finals. And when I realized I came out first in quarterfinals, first in semis, I was like, boy,
If you go use that, the judges will kick you out.
yeah. Because if the judges had me like 6th, 7th in the quarterfinals and semis, I would have dropped that verse only on the night. So I didn't record it, but I had it there to sing on the night if I found that they were playing the Royal. But like I said, I came out first in quarters, first in semis. I was like, boy, Chester, you come out first and first. Don't rock the boat. I just left this in the corner.
Did you intentionally design the song with the road in mind? Because it was so easy to play on the road, or did that just evolve naturally for you?
It evolved naturally. I was not thinking of the road, to be honest. I mean, whenever you write an up-tempo song, you're trying to write a song that people can enjoy, as much as possible. But I really was not thinking of road march or anything like that. I really wasn't thinking of that. It was just, a song to speak my mind. And then it just evolved into something that I didn't expect.
Was it therapeutic for you singing that song? Because I feel like you feel like there was some
Yes, it was.
there.
Yes, it was. It was. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. For those of you who don't know, the song is called Roof Leaking. Those of you who've not never listened to it, you can go find it on YouTube after we've done this interview. It's available on there for you. That's the song we're talking about. Why do you think people connected so strongly on Carnival Monday and Tuesday to the song?
I mean,
Specifically.
the song hit off from day one, and from all walks of life. And when you see grannies come and start to tell you they like your song, you know you have a good song. See those grannies that they're not coming out, but they at home listening. When they meet you on the road or they meet you in the bank or whatever reason, and those grannies start telling you have a good song, you know you have a good song.
Mm.
So the song was big from the get go. So I mean, after a while, I realized it was going to be the number one contender on the road, and it ended up beating second place by double.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Wow. How significant would you say the role of Calypso tent, like Stardom tent, is in shaping your season or the season today?
You talking about for the Calypso, not for the public?
Yes. Yes.
Which one? The Calypsonian or the public?
For you as a Calypsonian, like for you, what role
Yeah.
does Calypso
Well,
tent?
it gives me, first of all, it gives you like a testing ground.
Mhm.
So you can test your song, you can try different things because you're not competing at the time. It allows you to, well, for me, because sometimes if you look in the tent, people like Tasha P and myself, we use our song well, we know what to do to get our song popular.
Mhm.
So we use our soca background and we try different things on stage to get our song popular. So
Mhm.
we use that in Stardom Tent. Um, Also, I mean, it's like a practice.
Mhm.
You get to sing a song more. You get to see how the audience, relates to the song. You can try to sing the song different ways. You can try to slow it down. You can try to speed it up and see how it works out in the tent. So there are lots of different little things that you can do to just get yourself more comfortable for the competition coming up.
Take us back to February 14th, the night of the Calypso Monarch night, also Valentine's night.
Yeah.
What was going on through your mind before you stepped on the stage
On the first round,
for the first round?
um, that I had no voice, and that when I got on stage, I knew it would be there.
So you initially got to the location with no voice.
Right. I didn't have voice from Thursday. And
Wow.
it was not because of the flu. I had my voice box was inflamed. But based on everything I had been through for the season, I knew my voice was going to come out on stage.
Why did you know, or what did you do?
Well, number one, from Thursday I called Dr. Pascal, my favorite doctor. I always tell him that. I told him, well, actually, I think I actually WhatsApped him because I couldn't speak. Um, I told him, well, first of all, I called Peter's sister, Gina. Gina is a doctor. She's in Trinidad.
Mhm.
I let her know what my situation was. She told me there is something that I can take that they do not normally give people, except for in terms of emergencies. So I got wind of Dr. Pascal. I told him my voice box is inflamed. The last time he had seen me like that was 20 something years ago, where I had to go all the way to Canada for special treatment and second opinions and so on. So, um, well, a lot of people don't know that, but way back then in Canada, they actually gave me 2 more years to sing. And I had to kind of sing differently for my voice not to get torn apart. Because my voice box is actually a little deformed. It's different from everybody's own. And
Okay.
if I'm not careful, I will not be able to sing anymore or talk. But I've learned to live with it. I mean, it's not something that people see affecting me really, but it happened because at 6 o'clock on the Wednesday before the finals, which was Stardom Tent night, I came down with a fever, and while Stardom Tent was going on, I was under my blanket at home, shivering, but I had to sing last. So it was advised that I don't come to Stardom and sing and try to save myself for the Saturday. I said, hell no. I I said, hell no, I'm seeing where I can win the crown on Saddam 10th, and I'm going to sing with the fever. So I went down there and I performed with the fever. Nobody realized I had the fever, but I was fully blown in fever.
You probably had a whole COVID then on us and you know.
No, not COVID. So because I did that, it put a lot of pressure on my voice box. So when I
Mhm.
this then I felt it. I was like, oh my god, this did not just happen. But I mean, to be honest, it is one of those seasons where I was a lot more prayerful than normal, and I could feel and I could see that when I stepped on stage, the voice will be there. It might not be 100, but I just felt it would be there. And while I was on, I'm not sure if you were at the show or if you have seen the show, but in the first round, when Alyssa, that is Peter's daughter, my goddaughter, when she was doing her lovely dance in the beginning as Beauty, that is when I tested my voice backstage. So I was at the mic, everything. I was on the side, watching her dance, waiting for me to come on. And I just made one little song to see if the voice was there. When I heard a little thing, I said, I ready. I ready. The voice is there. Let's go. But all backstage, I was just quiet, quiet,
You were
quiet.
not scared that you were
Okay.
not, like, you're gonna disappoint everybody. Like, what if
Um,
no sound?
Normally, I'll be honest, normally, if that had happened to me, I would be. But um, uh, it was, I mean, if I have to be honest, it was a season where I could feel, I could feel somebody with me for the entire season.
Really,
Yes. Yeah.
really.
And I just knew my voice would be there. I didn't overthink it. I just felt it would be there. And it was.
If your voice didn't come out on that night, what would you have done?
Well, that would be something else. That would be something else. The thing is, especially for that song, which is a very melodious song, which has high parts. So, and because when for that week when I had to do my little practice, I had to mime. I couldn't sing it. I had to mime,
Um,
which is not the best thing at all when you kind of learning a new song. You need to sing it out to get familiar with it. So it was not the ideal situation, but um, I I got it done.
wow. So on the night of, you are backstage,
Yeah,
practically voiceless, and you have two songs to perform to win the crown.
yeah,
Your first song, well, I mean, the first song that you released, which ended up being the second song that you performed,
correct.
that was a hit throughout the season. Everybody had grown to love the song. Like you rightfully say, there were many meanings behind some of the. I don't know if you want to go into the. the Let me tell you, people on my WhatsApp, and they're not letting me live. And I'm just like, sometimes I want to tell people, like, I'm really not interested in all of the meanings, like, because sometimes I just feel like, so I mean, just so you know, I entered the arena and I was singing. Well, I sing, and people meet me. The song that I sing, written by my sister, and
Yeah,
there's a lot of meanings to certain things in the song, right?
yes.
Like, I see children meet me, and they are coming, they like, are coming in five, like little
You know,
children
you
telling
know
me,
when I heard this song for my first time, I was like, Where's the bedroom scene?" I'm like, "Where's the bedroom scene?"
but honestly, I mean, if you listen to the storyline, I mean, it's very realistic. Like, for
I know,
if a
but
man make a break on you, for it to be like, especially if you're not sure if you want to, you check. Especially if you're not your type, you're just like, I could be, like
I wanted that scene for the double meaning.
I don't know.
If
I
I was
don't
the
know.
producer, if I was the producer, I would have put that scene.
You mean like the producer of the video?
Yes.
So when it came to the video, there was actually that scene in there. Originally, there was somebody else that was gonna play the role of the guy.
Yeah, okay.
And then when we had to switch it up, I was like, "Hi, baby! Hi!"
You just have to go.
When that got switched up, when we had to pivot, I was like, I don't know how comfortable I am now doing that scene. Like when you acting is one thing, but when the person's so close to home, it becomes
Yeah,
different.
yeah. You really have to act.
Yes, you really have to act, right? So it was just, I don't know if I want to do that scene. And they were like, my friends who did the video, like, oh, we can AI it into the scene. We could, because they play with AI and animation and all of that stuff. We could
Yeah, yeah.
AI the movements into the scene. And I was like, nah, just leave it out. Because I wanted any and everybody to be able to enjoy the video. I didn't want it to have any explicit meaning
Yeah, yeah.
behind it. And I figured adults will just make whatever they want with the words they think. But coming back to your song had, like you say, multiple meanings.
Yeah.
But I feel like there were some lines that hit differently for a lot of folks.
Yes.
Should I get into those lines? Because people are messaging me, like people are on my freaking phone. They wanna know about the. So one person says they wanna know. Oh my god, they wanna know about the line to do with the gym instructor.
Uh,
What is the meaning behind that? Is there a double meaning? Is it
there's
cut?
no there's no double meaning. It's
Okay.
straightforward. It's straightforward. It's a scenario, whether it's truthful or not. It's a scenario of a guy, a husband, a father, and that's the scenario. So, and a lot of people are in that scenario. There's a gentleman that actually met me, and he said, "Oh my God, the first time I heard that song, I thought you were talking about me." He,
You say you
he
might check
thought
it.
he figured no, Calypso don't sometimes write songs on people.
Yes,
So
I
he
mean
thought that
that is what it's all about.
his business was out, and I wrote that on him. So when he heard the song, he was like, "Oh my God, my business outside."
Jesus, what did you tell him in that moment?
No, but the thing is, by the time he spoke to me, he had heard buzz all around the place, so he figured I'm not talking about him.
So he felt comfortable telling you.
Yes, he felt.
uh,
But at first, the guy was going crazy. The guy was going crazy. But I learned though throughout the season, which is what Calypso does, that a lot of persons it hit them differently because they either know someone who's going through this or some of them were actually going through themselves. So a lot of persons, whether it's guys or girls or
I listen. I think 2025 into 2026, like a lot of relationships got like toppled for in the weirdest of ways. Like in the weirdest of ways. Some unexpectedly, some I feel like people, especially people who are in our age range, I
okay,
I don't know, there must be a reset going on in people's brain. Seriously, because people are making huge lifestyle changes. They're switching careers. Some people are going from like really high intense corporate jobs to saying, "Hey, I want a soft life." Women are becoming more aware of their femininity. You know, like, and I can speak for myself. Like because I experienced that change too. Like, and some people, I feel like they fault everything else except like not understanding that people are individuals, and sometimes you're living a life and you feel like you almost living a lie, because you cannot be your authentic self. You don't feel like an individual anymore. You've lost that sense of individuality. You've probably become a mom, and you want to get your body back, you want to get your confidence back, and you're probably not even getting it within the home. Like when I say within the home, where you're not feeling that sense of,
Yeah, so you have to fix the roof.
I know husbands and partners who will tell their wives and their women, you're looking good, even if they put on like 50 pounds, you're still looking good. They'll tell her, and you're like, yeah, I want you to tell me I'm looking good, but I also want you to motivate me to get back to where I was,
Yeah, well,
like,
as long as that's your goal,
right,
it's supposed to
right.
be, yeah, whatever the goal is, then you support it.
So I find like a lot of women and men, not just women, because men also are experiencing that reset. Because I've known of men who were in relationships for and years, and they say, you know what, I don't want to be there anymore, and they don't care. They don't care what they're gonna lose. You want to take house and not go with it. Like people are just like have this like mentality now where they're in like a soft life era. They want to live their most authentic self. They don't want to feel pressured into anything. So even listen, I understand completely where this gentleman is coming from when he says, he thought it's him, and multiple people probably felt, hey, this is relatable. It may not be the exact scenario, but it is very relatable because I'm going through it,
Yeah.
and it really resonated with folks.
Yeah, well, he wasn't going for a change that he wanted. So it was a change, but not a change that he wanted. So
Nobody wants change that they don't want,
yeah.
right? Like there was a who said that? Was it UWP? Change is almost not an option. No, people sometimes, I mean, they don't anticipate that they're gonna be happy with
Yeah.
a change, right? I mean, sometimes you're even when you change, I've seen people take, for example, weight. I've seen people lose significant amount of weight, and they probably think they look a lot better now. And to me, in my opinion, I'm like, you kind of look better when you're pleasantly plump, like
For some people, and
for
it
some people, but for
sometimes
some,
yeah, it depends on how you lose it as well. It
right,
depends on how you
right.
lose it.
Right. So change is not always good for the person on the receiving end.
True.
So and I think it's just a matter of how you cope and how you are able to deal with the change when it happens, and how you're able to I guess maneuver or live within that
Yeah,
change
yeah,
when
you
it's
have to do,
happening.
you have to do whatever that works for you, and for
It's
everybody, for
tough.
everybody is different.
It's tough. It's tough, and especially when you live in a small society like Dominica, where everybody think they know your business. When they think they know your business, and they think that they have, or they think they know your business, but they also have such high expectations. It puts you in a position where you always constantly trying to prove something, and it's like, who feels it knows it. Like, who in the kitchen that feeling the heat? You understand? So you or anybody they may go have gone through something, and you feeling like you're OSP, you don't want the world to know, you don't want Dominicans to know you're embarrassed, you don't want, who cares? Like like I tell people, I say that all the time, like, you're living for yourself. And I mean, your song had so many meanings, and I'm sure, like you said, some of it has to do with you, some of it has scenarios. But I also feel like people need to take what they can take out of the song,
Yeah.
what is applicable to you, and go run with it, and what is not applicable to you, keep it moving. Like that, not you, you
Very
know.
true. Very true.
That is my take. That is my take on it. I mean, I truly enjoyed the song. I mean, I'm a lover of Calypso, so once it have a rhythm, it have a melody, it have a
And
presentation, I
the
did.
song, the song end up in church in Trinidad. You didn't see that one?
I saw it. I was like, so how do you take this? Like, when you see all of this happening,
I
how
love
do
it.
you
I
feel?
love it. I love it. Spread the song, man. Spread it worldwide. And when Priest take your song, you know you do something good.
That was something else. That
Yeah.
was something else. I mean, that was amazing. So kudos to you, for it, for putting that down, for penning that, for really really giving it your all, and obviously emerging as the winner. I want to go into the public discourse about the competition, because there, following your win,
Yeah.
there was a lot of public debate. Some saying that someone else should have won the title. We then heard a judge actually, talking about things that happened behind the scenes. How do you respond to, or how did you respond, even internally, to those criticisms when they came about directly after your win?
I laughed. I honestly laughed. That was, in my opinion, that was comedy because I know the agenda. The agenda has nothing to do with what was said. That agenda has been set. It has been on Daddy Chess back for years, years. And I mean, I'm a person that Calypso has allowed me to have a very broad back, a very, very broad back. Um, if I have to be honest, and for some people they wouldn't like to hear me say this, it was a blue writer, a blue song on a blue radio station with a blue judge. And that is what that was about. Yes, I said it. That's all that was about. And if you really think about it, that was just few people on a radio talking. That was not the public. So I don't even look at that as controversy. That is just a few people talking, and at the end of the day, it was 18 to 3.
Do you believe that that sort of debate is healthy for Calypso, or it can
No, it's not, because
support?
it's two things at play here. Number one, the biggest problem was that two judges, and I don't imagine, I don't even know who they are. I don't know who they are because I'm a person, I try not to do the judges because a lot of Calypsonians walk on stage knowing who's judging and they say, okay, that person don't like me, that person don't like me, and they walk on stage with the fear already on their mind. I don't want that fear. So I don't even want to know who's judging on the night. The person who had me 7 and 5, I don't even want to know who they are. Right? But if you had me number 7, that is not bad judging. That's a plan. Two judge we had me 5 and 7, that's a plan. And that plan has worked against me for years, and the public does know. And when it worked against me, all those people on the radio, they never spoke. They never spoke because they were part of the plan. So now they finally,
So you feel it's a deliberate attack?
of course, I've been through that for a donkey years. That's caused me to leave the competition and come back. And
Why?
for the first
Why
time,
do you think it's a
huh?
political attack?
Yes,
Is it
yes, it is. It is.
okay?
And for the first time, they did it. And for the first time, a judge put on his foot. And when they did it, the judge asked them, "Are you comfortable with your scores? Did you really think 6 people beat Daddy Chess tonight?" You understand what I'm saying? So and I'm going strictly based on what the gentleman, the judge said, right? They asked him to change their scores. No, he said Nashville had won me by 1. Now think about this. Let's do some maths, right? If she had beat me by 1 and a judge had me 5 and a judge had me 7, if those judges had really done their job, do you think it was close? It was not a close competition at all. Because if those judges just had me 2 and 3, it's
Yeah,
not
you had 1-3, then it would
it's
have
not
been.
close.
Yeah.
One changed me from 7 to 6, the other one changed me from 5 to 4, and that made me the winner. And then they were not satisfied with that. They decided, okay, they all agreed, including the one that went on the radio, to have a vote. They all agreed to have a vote. And in the vote, I won the vote 5-4. That's what happened.
So,
But he was comfortable there. But because the writer reached out to him and they make their plan, he went on the radio.
I don't know how I feel about, like, I feel as a judge, and that's my feeling. It, whether it's politically driven or not, in, like you said, you believe a huge part of it is politically driven. I feel like if I am made to judge a competition, that unless it's more than one of us talking about it publicly, I don't think that you should go out and speak about, because I feel like there's so much that goes on in the behind the scenes during the judging
Yeah.
aspect of, as someone who's judged events before, well, not events, but I've judged people before, not necessarily Calypsonians. But I have a background from events. I mean, I was the coordinator of Q Talent Search for years, so I understand judging and criterias and all of these things. And to now go and publicly speak about it, I feel like if it really was a situation that was alarming, more than one should have spoken.
Well, there's a reason why one spoke, and the reason why it only happened on one radio station. No other radio station spoke about it. There's a reason for that.
Man, Ollie and Dominic are really politically driven, right?
I'm not.
Like, why everything has to be about a
I'm
red
not.
and
I'm not. And the thing is, here's the sad part. Here's the sad part. And I'm hoping this does not happen, but this is the sad part. This young lady had a very good season. She had a very good account for herself.
excellent singer?
She had a very good competition. She might get enemies on because of that. She might get enemies. Daddy, just look here. Daddy, just look here. I not long, but she's new. She might get enemies and she might not be able to handle that. I
I
I
just,
rate
I
I
don't.
because you see, when you're new in this thing and you start getting haters, it's a lot of pressure. It's not people like me. If I don't have haters, that means I'm doing something wrong. I rate myself by the amount of haters that I have. So the more haters I have is the more I know I doing well. Like you see, as I win that song there, you go and see haters coming. You're gonna see them. You're gonna see them.
Well, I mean, I find it quite unfortunate that she, you know, sh because she will feel some type of way hearing that after the fact. Like you hear that like from a human's perspective, a human being. Like I am hearing that. Oh, I could have won, but they cheated, and like regardless if it's the truth or not, just that would make me feel uncomfortable about.
It's unfair to her. It's unfair to her.
Very unfair. It's very unfair, and I think that line, the judge's decision is final. I think people should respect that, even if they don't like the results. There's been times when I'm not happy about results of things because I feel somebody could have done better or somebody did better than another and another. But the judges are selected for a reason, and I believe that they bring a certain understanding of the art form to the table, and they are supposed to be objective in their decisions. And obviously, people are going to have their preferences because over the years, listening to calypsos, loving calypsonians, probably even personal issues you may have with the calypsonians
Yeah.
or the individual, that might affect you in being objective in your results. However, if you go back to the criteria that is in front of you, like that your criteria should help you to check yourself, because the criteria doesn't have any personal or personality things attached or connected to it. They're not asking you to judge your relationship with them. They're asking you
But
to
let
judge.
me give you some information that you don't know, and the public as well. The thing is, during the competition, there's information that the public does not know. Right?
Like what? Tell me one.
So in quarterfinals, I won quarterfinals, right? Bob came second with a slow song. Nashel came third with a fast song. Now, in the judging, there's me as number one. There's a big gap. Then there's number two, Bob. Then there's a bigger gap, and there's Nashel. And then everybody else is close after that.
In terms of
So,
the numbers,
in terms of the points,
the points, yes.
right? Then
Wow.
then semi-final came. I won again. There was an even bigger gap between me and Bob, and an even bigger gap between Bob and third place. Now in semi-finals, Tasha got third and Nasha got fourth. So if you actually have to check between myself and Nashel, Nashel was never close to me in points for the entire season. Never. She was always way at the back of me. So me walking into a final, I already know in the second round that I'm going to destroy Nashel because she has never been close with two rounds. Now Bob, who was the closest person to me, that was his a slow song. So if you have to check this, the closest person to me in the second round, when I was analyzing it was Nashel, who based on two rounds is very far from me. So for Nashel to beat me, she have to quave me in the first round.
You give me the numbers. You're giving me some. You're being vague about
So
very. What is very far?
so in quarterfinals, so the point system is
Yes.
you count the number that the judges score you on.
Mhm.
So the lowest number you can get. So if it's seven judges, the lowest number you can get is seven. If everybody has one,
Okay.
you understand? Now they remove the highest and the lowest. So technically it's five.
Okay.
The first round, my number was 13. Bob was about 17 or 18, and everybody else was like 30 something and go up.
Wow.
In semifinals, my number went down. So in other words, more judges had me number one in the semifinals than the quarterfinals. So
Wow.
that so the song grew bigger.
Yes.
Maybe my performance was better as well, but they scored me higher in the semis, right? So in the semifinals now, my score was like 8 or 7 or 8. So most people had me number one, and maybe one or two people had me number two. Then Bob was further, and then Nashel was, I can't remember her number, but it was much further down the score sheet.
So do you all get to know your numbers? Like
Yes,
everyone
yes,
knows.
but the public doesn't know that. So the public walks in the final figure. There is a competition between those two people, but really and truly, she and I would never close, never.
I guess it
So,
gives a better
so,
understanding.
so I so I walked in the competition saying this to myself: if I come out third in the first round, I will win
Ah,
because I know what's going to happen in the second round.
because your second song is your strongest song.
Not just stronger, but because the gap was so wide between that
Mm,
song and everybody else, I would
mhm,
have to come out like five or seven, five
mhm.
or seven to lose, which is what happened. Technically, you understand what I'm trying to say?
I see where you're going with this now.
Right.
I think we can move on now. Now that we've had some clarity, we can move on from that. I want to talk a little bit about the evolution of Calypso just briefly.
Sure.
How would you describe Calypso in Dominica today, at least the state of Calypso? Because you sometimes get a sense that things, I mean, there was so much chaos with the executive even before the season started. And take all of that into account. We did see like there were a lot more women in the arena, than normal. A lot more younger people are
Yeah.
coming on. So we're seeing a lot of that. So what would you say is, or how would you describe the state of Calypso in Dominica today?
Okay. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot, and I've been saying it for many, many years, and there are many people that are going to disagree with what I'm about to say. Many people. Right now, presently, we have a lot of calypso lovers, real calypso lovers, who do not come to the show. Right?
Why?
They do not come to the show, and it's to question them and ask them why, and hear what they have to say. And I have done that a lot throughout the years. And the thing is, a lot of people say, and listen to me well, listen to me well. A lot of people, and I mean, and that's fine. A lot of people figure that Calypso is supposed to be politics, politically driven.
A bit of it is social commentary
Right.
and yeah,
Now, there's a big difference between politically driven, there's a difference between political commentary and social commentary,
true.
right? Um, and for many years, the crown has gone to whoever sang politics. As a matter of fact, I give a statistic in a Calypso meeting once with the judges, which showed in a span of about 25 years or 30 years, 90 something percent went to whoever sang on the River Scary. No, it's not everybody that wants to hear that. There's some people that do, and there's some people that don't.
I think you know what? The more you speak, I'm inclined to agree with you because I, for one, especially when I was on radio, I would not miss attend. I would not miss. As a matter of fact, I did commentary for the both radio stations that I worked with
Yeah.
during, and even my sister would always say, "I don't even understand how you like Calypso. So, what is the thing? What is the draw? For you?" And I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
probably it goes back from my father listening to all those Trinidadian Calypso songs and whatnot. I knew all of them off the top of my head, and I just grew to love it. I grew to love it from a local perspective. And over the years, I have just grown less and less interested in attending the events.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, here's what happened. If, let's suppose, there was a mint, a sweetie, that would cause your voice to sound better when you're doing your interviews, Jael, wouldn't you take it? I'm asking you.
If there was a mint or a sweetie that would make my
That you
voice,
could take and to make your voice sound so much better in your interviews, wouldn't you take it?
not if I didn't
To
need
give
it.
it, to give it, to give you an advantage?
If I didn't need it, I wouldn't take it.
No, no. It doesn't matter if you need it or not. If you took it, you would just sound better. Nobody would know you took it. You would just sound better. It does nothing to your body. The human being would take any advantage they get, right?
I don't think so,
As
though.
long as it's legal.
I don't think so because for me, I disagree because if, like you say, if there's a mint that I could take that would make my voice sound better, would I or would I not take it? Would I take it? Unless if I felt I needed to take it, and when I say need, like need because probably my voice had a little scratch in it, so I need it. But if I feel, and I'm hella confident when it comes to my voice, if I feel like my voice is good enough and I don't need it, I would not take it. So,
Okay, so here's where I'm getting at. It's a crazy analogy, but here's where I'm getting at. Right?
okay,
If you're judging a show year in year out, and everybody who is singing on one particular topic are the ones that are placing and winning, you as a competitor, if your goal is to place and win, you have to follow suit.
yeah. So people start singing this
So
types of
everybody started to sing the same thing,
and it
and there are
mess
a lot
up,
of fans.
mess up
There are some
everything.
people that like it, but there are a lot of fans who did
Oh,
not like it.
a little bit of it is good, too. Like I
Yes,
don't mind it, but
yes.
like me, who I gravitate towards the walk songs and the sour songs, and them
Yeah.
songs is
So
what I want to
right. So you had everybody that want that. So anyone that was really interested in placing or winning took that route because that is where the points were.
hear.
Now, because of that, a lot of people decide to stay away from Calypso. Some people kind of agree with me a lot, but it happened. It happened. You need the political commentary, but when you give credence to that only.
You don't have to salute the whole art form.
Exactly. No, I read the Sun newspaper, right? I saw the Chronicle and the Sun. Both of them had the same picture of me. I took home the Chronicle. I did not take home the Sun. I left it at work because
Wow.
what they were because of what they were saying basically. So um, they were bigging up my song, but they were saying it was almost like I am skirting around issues, right? Like I'm afraid to say certain things, so I'm skirting around it. No, you know what they fail to realize? It's called art.
You can
So
say whatever you want.
it's called art. So for some people, if I say John Brown volley money, for them that is lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Where somebody sit down for half an hour and see that in such a creative way, they consider that skirting around the issues as opposed to art. Mr.
So
Campbell,
essentially, are you stating that people are saying, or the critics are suggesting that Calypso needs to be politically driven? It needs to always have that context or content in there in order for it to be a good
for some
Calypso.
people, yes. So here's what happens. Here's what happens. We are extremely politically driven in Dominica.
We had two
So
political
so
um,
so if you don't like the government, what you want in a calypso is for somebody to hit the prime minister as hard as they can. So if they can be as straightforward as they can, as far as you're concerned, that's great lyrics. So if somebody comes and crafts something well, because it's not a direct hit, they cannot appreciate the art
mm.
because they don't like this person, so they want the lyrics to be hard on the person that they don't like.
Your song stayed away from that for the most part.
I have two verses on politics,
Yeah, but when I say
and
for the
and
most,
everything I said in those two verses are true, but I put them in an art. There was
yeah,
an art in the way I did it. I didn't. If I had to just write hard hitting lyrics, I could finish a song in 15 minutes. To be honest, because there's no art in just saying that person voted, that person now one poor word. There's no art in that. There's no art. The art is creative writing. That is the art of that's why they consider it an art form. Where you create something, you say it different. You say the same thing, but you say it in an art. It's like somebody painting. It's an art. But
hmm.
because some people are so politically driven, all they want to hear is scary one power, scary take the money. And if you say that, they say, wow, but look at big song.
So on that note, though, what do you think the younger generations or the younger Calypsonians should focus on if they want longevity in the art form?
I mean, I focus on what is important. What you love, what's important to you. Don't focus on what you think the judges want.
Let me tell you, if I had to do Calypso, they tried to encourage me to do Stardom tent again next year. Dangles in my backside. He's
Of
like,
course.
you have to come, and I don't know if I'm a Calypsonian. Don't know about that story, but however, if I like light-hearted things. I don't care for politics, and I don't care for religion.
Right. So if you have to come in the arena on a serious
I would
note,
not want to see.
you sing what
About,
you like. You sing
I
what you
would
like.
not want to
What's
talk about
yeah.
who cocaine woman or like that. I mean, that for me is like the life of the party. Like I probably want to talk about that. I don't care about. I mean, not that I don't care about it. So don't get me wrong. Let me correct myself. I do care about what is going on politically or what goes on from a religion perspective. But I feel like we all of us feeling it. Why do we need to talk about it again?
Okay. Hear this. Hear this. You see what Signal is doing? What if when Shelley sings that calendar reading, he only speaks about Roosevelt Scared? What do you think would happen?
People would stop listening to it.
Voila.
There's fun in it. There's
Voila.
hooks in it.
So
There's he
what
does throw the
right.
shots. He talks about, he even talk about Trump even end up in the
He
song.
talks about everything because
Every-
you come to Dominica for carnival, right? You have never been there. You probably don't even have family here. You just come to Dominica to enjoy yourself. And calendar
and you
reading comes
listen
on. You know what it does? Calendar reading makes you understand what happened
to
in
the story.
Dominica for the year before.
He does.
That
It
is
does.
what Calypso is supposed to do. The same thing. So when you come to and you go for a Calypso season, it's supposed to give you a nice broad perspective of what went on in Dominica.
And
When you come and
especially
all
when
you
you
hear is about Roosevelt
do
Scary, then you
it.
don't know it had child abuse. You don't know how much man killing man. You
Yes,
understand? So you don't know those things.
yeah.
So
You
it
have
has
a
to be
point.
it
You have
has
a
to
point.
be a nice cross section of stuff that goes on in the country.
Yes.
It
So
can't just be one topic.
somebody's commenting, Queda is saying chess is 100% correct. People have definitely moved away from Calypso because of politics. And then there's also people have wanted to sing so much about politics, people have gotten sued. So it's like all of that is just so discouraging. It's like nobody wants to sing about nobody because one, you can either get sued, and if you go sing about somebody, I mean, I remember the first time I heard about defamation during Calypso. I was like, "Bon Jay," like it was you were scared to play certain songs because you're like, "Boy, you don't have to come and sue the radio station because they can sue the radio
No,
station."
no, no. It is. That is why. That is why Daddy Chess has to be very careful what he says about his song. You understand?
I understand.
That is why I'm very careful what I admit, what I don't admit when people ask me on air about my song.
Mhm.
Because depending on what I say, somebody could try to sue me.
Somebody will try and make you pay for that.
So, so, so I have been very careful how I respond because you never know. You never know. We just leave it as it's anybody could be in the situation.
Point taken. Point taken. We're gonna do some rapid fire questions. I feel like we need to find out a little bit more, but give a little shock value to it. Um, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a short break, grab some water. We do the rapid fire questions and we wrap up.
Okay.
So the rapid fire questions, a bunch of questions you don't think about the answer. The first thing that I love those rapid fire questions because so I just get information.
I think I get in trouble.
I just get information. Any information I want to get is a rapid fire question. So we're gonna take a short break. When we come back, we're going to ask. I believe we have 10 questions, and they're gonna
Wow.
be fast. And once you answer them, we wrap up for tonight. So stay tuned. All right, grab some
All right.
water. All right, guys, we're taking a short break to pay some bills. We're coming back right after this.
I get up.
Boy, I hungry.
Wait, come see that.
Take advantage of Perky's Pizza's college student discount. Spend $10 to $50 and get 10% off, or spend $51 and up for a 15% discount. Flash your ID and save big today.
Okay, guys, we're back. Thank you very much to our sponsors. Gonna get Daddy Chess back on. We're getting ready for our rapid fire question. Daddy Chess, welcome back. And we're ready to roll. You can hear me? I can hear
I
you.
can, yes.
Good, wonderful, wonderful. The voice box working. Good to go. Good to go. Good to go. Good to go. All right. So we have a few questions for you. And like I said before, we Don't think about it. Just the first thing that comes to mind, shoot. All right?
Okay.
You ready?
Ready.
One word that describes your 2026 Calypso season.
Epic.
The first person you called after winning Calypso Monarch.
My daughter.
You're thinking. Did you always believe Rufally King would dominate the road? Yes or no?
Yes.
Hardest competitor you face this season?
Bob.
One Calypsonian you love to collaborate with next?
Dice.
Really?
Yes.
That's super cool. That would be so interesting to see. Guys again. Okay. One myth about Daddy Chess you want to clear up today.
A myth. Wow. I don't even know how to repeat that one. Is there a myth about me? I don't even know. A myth.
You don't know if it is a
There's a myth that Daddy Chess is serious. He's a very serious person, and it's the total opposite. I
really?
am. If you line with me,
I never got that you were serious.
I laugh and kicks off the whole time. That's my thing is laughing and talking shit. I love to talk shit.
Wow. All right. I guess there are no myths. Or the myth is that you're serious, but you're not. Okay, we'll go with that. Finish this. 20 years later, and Daddy Chess still.
Going strong.
One thing people don't know about preparing for Calypso night, Monarch night.
Sorry, say it again.
One thing people don't know about preparing for Calypso Monarch night.
It's very stressful and nerve-wracking, and you need to stick with your prayers.
Stay prayed up.
Yeah. Works
If
for me.
you Okay, wonderful. If you could go back and give your younger self advice before your first Monarch competition, what would it be?
Don't listen to people on the radio.
Crowd reaction or judges score? Which moment gives a bigger adrenaline rush for you?
Crowd reaction.
Are you ready to defend your crown next year?
Yes.
That's it, week. I'm going to go rapid fire.
I will say something though. Love the hair.
Oh, thank you.
I love the hair.
Thank you. It's a wig, you know. It's a wig.
Well,
I don't-
everybody has it, but I've never seen that one before. That's unique.
Really? That's the one I wore Curl Festival. That was my
Yeah,
Curl Festival hair. I put the beads and stuff in then because I was actually gonna perform at Saddam Tent with it. So I went and I put it on that night. Put the thing, and I was like, you know what? Nah, I think I'm gonna leave it for something else.
Yeah, leave it for when you have daddy chest on. Good choice.
I don't know. I think I like mid short hair more, but I think the long hair appeals to the younger guys.
Okay. Yeah, both work. Both work. You can rock anything.
Yes, but thanks for the compliment. I appreciate it. I'm my sister. I think my sister was in the chat saying she loved my hair. My biggest fan. She did say she loved my hair. But thanks for the compliment. Daddy Chess, any final words before we wrap up? It was really wonderful having you on tonight. To speak about a little bit about, I know you always and I like the final thing you said, you always have to watch what you say because you don't want to end up with a lawsuit. So you always have to be able to think about what you say or how you say.
It was strategically written that a lawsuit cannot be filed. But you still have to be careful what you say.
Yes.
Or what you admit. Yeah. So the public, I just want to say thank you for not just the support, but the strength. People reached out to me in different ways this time. I think people understood my journey. And they supported me. A lot of people came to me and told me, boy, I'm a DICE supporter, but I'm going to support you this year. So I will understand if you come back next year, you'll go on the other side. I will understand. But yeah.
All of lots. I think you could support multiple people.
Yes, of course.
You could.
Yeah, I just want to say I really appreciate the support, the energy, and the understanding of where I was and my journey. So, yeah. Much
Miranda in the comment section, she's saying he's cute. It's my first time looking at him.
Papa.
What? Miranda, you making your teeth sweat? Once your teeth sweating in the cold New York, you be there.
In New York.
I believe so. New York or New Jersey. I believe she's in the States.
Okay, well, I coming up, so come and check me.
One of our regular viewers, our regular followers.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was going through the chat to see if there were any other comments that I wanted to bring up. But it was a pleasure having you on. Thanks again for your time. Thanks again for coming on and sharing with us. Congratulations again, on your 3 titles this year. And we're looking forward to see what you come up with next year. We hope it's not going to be politics, because for most of us, we don't care for the politics.
I'm a little surprised for next year.
A little surprising. Wow.
Surprise.
You already planning it, eh? You already planning next year, eh?
Plan already.
But it was a pleasure having you on, and we look forward to seeing more from you. And obviously, once we, like I tell you and all the other Calypsonians, there's always a home here. Whenever you guys want to come on, you just make the time, and we will try and see how we can fill in. So know that you can always come and release your song on here. You always have. Well, you know that. I think I've been explicit with you where that is concerned.
And I want to say I love what you're doing, and I love the way you're doing it. It's very unique, it's very different, it's very you, and keep up the good work.
Thanks, Boo. Thanks a lot. Thank you, and all the best to you, all right?
You as well.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys, that's it. That was it for Daddy Chess, King Daddy Chess, the 2026 Calypso Monarch of Dominica. If you followed Calypso throughout the season, you would have familiarized yourself with this very popular song, Roof Leaking, that gained a lot of plays, especially during Carnival Monday and Tuesday. 101 plays on Carnival Monday and Tuesday. Also securing the title for Road Match, as well as Stardom King of the Tent. So thank you very much to Daddy Chess for stopping by and talking to us, interacting with us, and giving us a little insight into his season, his song, and all the controversy that happened around him and Calypso this season. I want to say thank you very much to my sponsors. Thank you very much to the National Cooperative Credit Union, Fresh Market, Best Price Cash and Carry. By the way, my lipstick is from Fresh Market. If you want my lipstick, it's one of my favorites. If you want my lipstick, just type in lipstick at the bottom and I'll tell you the name of the lipstick. You can get it at Fresh Market. It's very subtle, but it's still cute. I also want to say thanks to Cash and Carry, and of course Perky's Pizza. Fridays, Perky's Pizza, everyday Perky's Pizza. Students also get a discount once you have your discount card at Perky's Pizza. Thank you very much for your support and for continuing to ensure that I'm able to keep the lights on, the interneting, and you entertained, right? And thank you to all those of you who tuned in, those of you tuned in on Facebook, on YouTube. I think 4 platforms were streaming this show this evening. I want to say thank you very much to all of you who tuned in, especially there's a lot more people on YouTube. So thanks to the YouTubers who are on. I really, truly appreciate the love, and thank you very much for continuing to stay connected via YouTube. Turn on your notifications so whenever I go live, you know. And thanks again to all those of you who shared in the comment section, who interacted, who had questions. All the best to you. I believe our next show is next week. We'll be back on next week. So that, I believe that's it for this week. I could be wrong, but if I'm wrong, you'll just see me pop up again because your notifications will be turned on. Thanks again for your time, and wishing you all the best, and have a wonderful evening. Continue to be safe. I heard that there's a lot of traffic out there, so be safe on the road if you're in Dominica. God bless and good night. Bye-bye.